I wanted to be famous so bad, guys. Like, really, really famous. Since I was like 8, all I ever dreamed of was singing on stages, writing songs, producing music, performing in front of thousands, being known, being loved, and being seen. I thought that fame was the prize, and I thought that if I could just get there, then I'd be enough. Then I'd be validated, then I'd finally feel worthy. I was obsessed with the idea of making it, the lights, the applause, the outfits, the interviews. I didn't just want success, I wanted that big, loud kind of success, the one that the world couldn't ignore, just in your face all the time. But after I started to grow up and I reached a certain age and I had my daughter, none of that entertains me anymore. The idea of being famous doesn't excite me. It actually feels heavy because now I see it for what it really is. Back then, I thought fame would heal me, but now I know it would have completely destroyed me. 100%. I was wild when I was younger. I still have some of my wild tendencies now, but I was very unbalanced. I didn't know who I was. I was very emotional, still figuring out who I was. And if I had made it back then, if I had gotten all that attention, all that pressure, all that access, I don't think I would have survived it. I think I would have been chewed up and spat out by the same machine I used to worship. And the thing is, I cared way too much about what people thought. I was shape shifting, people pleasing, constantly editing myself just to fit in. I still had my authentic ways, for sure. I've always been authentic, but I wasn't as sure as I am of myself today. That version of me was never built to handle the spotlight, and thank God, thank the universe, thank whatever you want to thank, that I didn't make it, because now I can see clearly I didn't fail. I was definitely protected. That procrastination I used to beat myself up for, that delay in my journey, that was 100% a divine intuition saying, not like this, not yet. And I still make music. I always will. You can find me, Renee the Wonder, if you're curious. But now I do it on my own terms, when I want, how I want, no deadlines, just me, my soul, and a sound. Because music is the soul and creativity is life. And that is the part that's sacred. That's what we lose when we start chasing the money, the fame, and the outside validation starts running the show. And let's talk about that. Fame, it literally ruins people. It steals their peace, their privacy, their identity, chews up the artist, and leaves a product behind. We don't talk enough about the artists that we've lost to addiction, to burnout, to depression, to silence. We don't talk about the ones who made it but then wish they hadn't, the ones who ended up isolated, incarcerated, or gone too soon. And I guarantee you, some of the biggest celebrities in the world would trade it all to just be normal, like me and you, just to live a life that's quiet, grounded, and safe. Because the truth is, no one is meant to be that famous. I'm sure there's scientific studies where like the brain actually cannot, it's not healthy for the brain. That level of attention and pressure is not natural. It warps people, it feeds the ego, it silences the soul. And to anyone watching this, anyone out there grinding, chasing, constantly trying to be somebody, let me tell you something. You are already somebody. You don't need to be seen to be valuable. You don't need a million followers to be real. You don't need fame to be fulfilled. If you've been doing the work, showing up for your craft, showing up for yourself, that's success. That is success. You trying to be a better version of yourself every day is the closest to success. That makes sense to me. Even if the world hasn't clapped for it yet, and maybe if you've never made it in the fame or in the luxury sense, then that's not failure, that's grace, that's protection. Maybe your soul is too rare, too pure, too rooted for a system that runs off selling illusions. So don't let the world define what success looks like for you, because if making it means losing yourself in the process, then maybe you've already won by walking away from it. You were never meant to be known, you were meant to be free.